Meet Nasturtium, a spicy, healing beauty. Nasturtium, Tropea majus, is one of those plants that instantly lifts the mood of any garden with its bright orange, yellow, and red blooms and round, shield-like leaves. But behind that cheerful face is a surprisingly powerful medicinal and culinary ally. This easy-to-grow annual offers edible leaves, flowers, and seeds, and it pulls triple duty as food, medicine, and a beneficial companion plant. If you love the idea of turning your garden into a living apothecary, Nasturtium is a perfect place to start. The flavor is bold and peppery, similar to watercress or arugula, which makes it stand out in salads and fresh dishes. At the same time, it carries a long history in folk herbalism as a plant used to support the immune system, the lungs, and even the skin. The best part? It doesn't demand perfection from you as a gardener. In fact, Nasturtium often thrives in conditions where fussier plants struggle. Health benefits: more than just a pretty flower. Nasturtium is surprisingly nutrient-dense for such a delicate-looking plant. The leaves and flowers are rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, along with minerals like potassium, phosphorus, magnesium, and a bit of iron and iodine, which together support immune function, tissue repair, and overall vitality. It has been traditionally used to help the body fight off minor infections and clear mucus from the respiratory system. It has been traditionally used to help the body fight off minor infections and clear mucus from the respiratory system. It's not a replacement for medical care, but it can be a warming, stimulating herb to include in your wellness routine. Some people use it to gently support urinary health as well, thanks to its diuretic and antimicrobial qualities, helping the body flush things through more efficiently. On the outside, preparations made with Nasturtium are used for minor skin issues, from blemishes to small scrapes, because of its cleansing, supportive nature. Think of Nasturtium as a plant that encourages movement and flow of fluids, of circulation, of your body's own defenses. When you're feeling sluggish or run down, this kind of plant energy can be wonderfully supportive. Delicious ways to use Nasturtium. Working Nasturtium into your daily life can be as simple as walking into the garden and nibbling. The young leaves are tender and peppery, fantastic tossed into salads, layered on sandwiches, or chopped over eggs, soups, and grain bowls. The flowers are edible too, with a slightly milder, more floral flavor. They're perfect for garnishing dishes when you want that extra wow factor. Imagine a simple salad suddenly transformed by bright, edible blooms. You can also get creative and blend Nasturtium into pestos and sauces. Use the leaves in place of some or all of the basil in your favorite pesto recipe to give it a fiery twist. Nasturtium infused vinegar is another beautiful option. Pack a jar with fresh leaves and flowers, cover with vinegar, and let it sit for a couple of weeks. For more herbal-focused uses, Nasturtium can be made into a tea, often combined with gentler herbs to balance its peppery flavor. A cooled infusion can double as a skin or scalp rinse. Some herbalists also prepare tinctures from the fresh plant for more concentrated internal use. Even if you stay at the food as medicine level, you'll still be tapping into a lot of what Nasturtium has to offer. How to grow Nasturtium at home. One of the reasons Nasturtium is such a joy is how forgiving it is. It actually prefers poor soils and doesn't need much fertilizer. In fact, if the soil is too rich, the plant will produce lots of leaves and fewer flowers. Choose a sunny spot, or one that gets at least a half day of sun. Nasturtium also does well in containers and hanging baskets, where trailing varieties can spill over the edges in a cascade of color. You can sow nasturtium seeds directly into the garden once the risk of frost has passed and the soil has warmed. The seeds are large and easy to handle, which makes them great for beginners and kids. Plant them about ½ inch deep, water them in, and within a week or two you'll see little round leaves emerging. Keep the soil lightly moist but not waterlogged. Overwatering can make the plant weak and more prone to problems, so let the top layer of soil dry slightly between watering. As the plants grow, you can start harvesting leaves and flowers regularly. This not only gives you fresh ingredients, it also encourages the plant to keep producing. Ongoing care, harvesting, and saving seed. Once nasturtium is established, the ongoing care is minimal. You can pinch or trim back stems if the plant gets leggy, which encourages bushier growth and more flowers. In hot climates, plants might slow down or look stressed in the peak of summer. A little afternoon shade and consistent, but not excessive, watering can help them push through. Harvesting nasturtium is simple and satisfying. You can start picking young leaves as soon as the plants have enough foliage to spare, without weakening them. Younger leaves are usually more tender and less intensely peppery, while older ones can be stronger in flavor. Flowers can be harvested as they open, ideally in the cooler parts of the day, like early morning. Gently rinse and pat them dry before eating or using them in recipes. The more you harvest, the more the plant is stimulated to produce new growth and blooms. If you want to keep nasturtium in your life year after year, saving seed is straightforward. After flowering, the plant produces green, 3-part seed pods that eventually turn tan and dry. You can harvest them once they're fully mature and dry them on a tray indoors until they're hard. Store them in a cool, dry place, and you'll have seeds ready for next spring. Some gardeners also pickle the young, green, seed pods as a substitute for capers, which is another delightful way to use this plant in the kitchen. In regions with mild winters, nasturtium may self-seed and pop back up the following year without any effort from you. In colder climates, you'll treat it as an annual, replanting from saved seed or new packets each spring. A small plant with big impact. Nasturtium is a beautiful example of how a single plant can nourish your body, support your health, and strengthen your garden ecosystem all at once. Whether you're dropping blossoms onto a salad, brewing a simple tea, or watching bees dance around its flowers, nasturtium invites you to experience your garden as both a pantry and a pharmacy. If you've been wanting an easy entry point into herbal gardening, nasturtium is a perfect first step. Plant a few seeds, get to know its taste and personality, and let this fiery little flower show you how joyful everyday herbalism can really be. Plant a few seeds, get to know its taste and personality, and let this fiery little flower show you how joyful everyday herbalism can really be. If this video helped you see nasturtium in a new way, please tap the like button so more people can find it. Make sure you subscribe for more herbal videos and share this with a friend who loves plants or wants to start their own home apothecary. Your support really helps this channel grow and lets me keep creating more herbal content for you.